IVM.
Hello and welcome to Smile India. I'm Shifa Maitra and I'm here today to share some delightful news from our country. Things that show us that there's a lot going right in India. Let's begin with a lady who does music-based interventions that help cancer patients. Dr. Tara Rajendran discovered this firsthand when she played the veena to her ailing grandmother and saw results. Music is great for supportive care and aids conventional treatment results. Tara is a trained Carnatic vocalist and a veena expert. She is a physician-musician who studied oncology at Oxford University. In the West, she saw the connection in cancer patients where music was an integral part of chemotherapy sessions, researched and proven to improve results. It's big in the West and needs to be in India too, given our rich musical heritage. For instance, various randomized controlled trials conducted over a decade among pediatric epilepsy patients across continents show Mozart Sonata K.448 has been reported to reduce seizure reoccurrence. Tara decided to move to India and launched a lecture concert series called Oncology and Strings. Here she shows medical students and palliative care experts how they can provide some relief to patients in pain via music. It's not a cure for cancer, but a great tool to provide help during the treatment. Tara hopes music therapists are added as part of the care team for the patient in India soon. Next up, let me tell you about a unique place in Gujarat. The Queer Bagh campus is a free shelter for the LGBT community in Rajpipla near Vadodara. Mahendra Singh Gohil and his Laksh Trust started it for people who have a different sexual orientation but get no family support. He saw how it was very hard for some people who had to stay locked down with family who didn't get them. A few of them moved here and they got love, acceptance, food, shelter, and were even taught skills that can help them earn a living with respect and dignity. Set up on the banks of the Narmada River, Queer Bagh is at Prince Mahendra's erstwhile palace. It was set up by him and his partner after he was disowned by his family for being gay. It is meant for men and women who are LGBT and not getting family support. Now people from all over the world come here, and after a strict vetting process, they can stay here. They must volunteer to cook or keep the palace in great condition. They pay nothing to live here, and there is no time limit for how long they can stay. Many are distressed, so a team of doctors, psychologists, and counselors regularly visit. The prince himself is a trained counselor. He encourages parents and family to come and see how well their wards are doing. Many a time, reconciliations take place, and inmates visit their families and come back home to the palace. For people who cannot live here, there is online help available, as well as a phone helpline run by the Laksh Trust. The prince was shunned by his own family, but has created a much larger family of like-minded souls. More power to Queer Bagh. Now let me tell you about this eco-warrior from Mumbai who found his calling accidentally. Jaideep Sachdev was part of a family business of extracting yarn from discarded sweaters and clothes from the UK and US. He wanted to branch out. Once when he saw at their workshop in Bhiwandi that old cotton bed sheets and tablecloths were being discarded, he thought of a business opportunity. Well, people were already shunning plastic, so he started designing cloth bags from these. He had the infrastructure to upscale this good fabric after thoroughly cleaning it. Making cloth bags from scratch would mean a lot of wastage of water, but here he could skip that process. So he took clean fabrics, designed bags, got the material cut accordingly, and then went on to get fun, quirky messages digitally printed on them. The first few clients loved the idea. It's been 10 years and he now has a flourishing business. Jaideep makes bags of different types and sizes, makes cushion covers and table mats. Funny messages like "I'm not a virgin" or "I'm so wasted" are printed onto these so that the user is proud of carrying a recycled product. Well, his stuff is good for the environment, designs are awesome and reasonable. His teen kids are his sounding boards. The wife handles finances. Fun, fashionable and eco-friendly has truly changed their lives. Before signing off, I have to tell you about a must-do in Gandhidham. If you're there on a Sunday, please go to the cat garden, which is home to over 200 cats. They live there in style with caretakers and meals prepared as per their taste. The home is lovingly created and looked after by a customs clearing agent Upendra Goswami and his wife Pooja. It all began a couple of years ago when they were celebrating the birthday of Upendra's late sister who passed away a couple of months ago. A cat came to the cottage, ate the birthday cake, and decided to adopt them. They fell in love with her and soon got more cats. Well, the number increased so much that they decided to build a home next door for them. In this home, there are 4 air-conditioned rooms, beds, and sitting stands for all the cats. The best cat food is served 3 times a day, and in an amphitheater, animal videos are aired every evening. They are totally treated like family. The couple drop in to bond with them every single day. Jeevdaya Charitable Trust helps them with regular visits by the vets. Other than that, the Goswamis spend a couple of lakhs every month on their feline family. Every Sunday, for a few hours, cat lovers can pay a fee and visit Cat Garden. I think that's an awesome way of honoring the memory of their sister. That's it for today, and I'll be back next week with more delightful news from India. Till then, stay home, stay safe, and get vaccinated. For more interesting information on our country, please like and follow Good News Indians on Facebook. To hear more engaging podcasts, download the IVM app, go to the IVM website, or look for us wherever you get podcasts from. To stay in touch with me, you could look up Shifa Maitra on Twitter and Instagram. Since you heard and liked Smile India in English, you could check out our Hindi version too and recommend it to people who prefer podcasts in Hindi.
Hey, it's been another great week on the IVM Podcast Network. On The Longest Constitution with Priya, find out what's obscene about obscenity and why artists and writers have been penalized for it. On Cyrus Says, Rochelle Rao joined Cyrus to talk about her amazing career in IPL and her comeback on The Kapil Sharma Show. Srinath Rangamani, design head at Swiggy, joins Kedar and Abhineet on Audio Gyan to take them through his design perspectives. Get all the updates regarding current immigration trends on Know Your Kanun when Amber is joined by Shoshana T. Green and Alexandra Cole, experts from Green and Spiegel. And on The Fighting Goat, Arjun and Somesh talk about the epic MMA fights of the decade, controversies, and the end of Pride FC. Do follow us on social media. We're IVM Podcast on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. And remember, if you're enjoying this show or any of our other shows for that matter, please do tell a friend. And finally, we would like to thank our sponsors this week on the network, Ciet Cred, Bank of Baroda, Quarter, CoinSwitch Kuber, and Intuit India. Thank you so much for making this possible.
What if you could relive some of the biggest and most public feuds in Indian corporate history?
Peer back through the window of time to see who among HUL or Nirma stood on top.
Or who was more dominant between Tata Motors and Maruti Suzuki?
Tune in with me, Ambi Parmeshwaran,
And me, Anupam Gupta, on Bank of Baroda presents The Last Brand Standing,
where we talk about 2 brands vying for the top position.
and what their journeys were.
Every Tuesday on the IVM Podcast app or website.
Or wherever you get your podcast from.